Well, I want to walk through two different arguments with you tonight. I want to walk you through the logical argument, because this is how a lot of the world will come at you, using science, reasoning, deductive skills. Jesus was indeed real. There was a man named Jesus. He came from Nazareth. He did exist. That's been documented outside of Scripture. Many places, both religiously aimed and secularly aimed. One very notable was the historian Josephus. He was a Jewish man, very committed to his Jewish faith. Actually uttered a sentence, I'm going to paraphrase, but Jesus was a good man, if we can call him that. Not only did he admit Jesus was there, he said he was a good guy. And there are records that Jesus did indeed live in the first century in that area. And even after his death, his resurrected existence was confirmed by over 500 different people. But that only proves that Jesus existed. So for that, we go to the claims that he made in John 14. In John 14, Jesus claims to be the only way to God, and that he is indeed God. In fact, it says, he answers, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. This is a pretty firm claim from Jesus that he is God. And it doesn't get much clearer than this. Now here's the thing. A lot of people are willing to say that Jesus was a good man if they admit he existed. He was a good man, a moral teacher. He taught a lot of good, solid stuff for people to follow. But if you look at that, it leaves one of three options for Jesus to have been. He's either God, a liar, or a lunatic. Now if he's God, okay, awesome. If he's a liar, he couldn't have been a morally upright teacher, and that would completely discount everything he taught. Or he's a lunatic, he's just crazy, and he couldn't have been a good teacher. You've also got the prophecies that are fulfilled. Now, over on this side of the room, we have a poster. You can't really see it too well from there, but just check it afterwards. It lists every prophecy that the Jewish faith had for the Messiah, written hundreds of years before he ever showed up. And he fulfilled every one of them, except for the one that says he's coming back. That he'll come back and fix everything in the end. Every one of those has been fulfilled. You also have the historical accuracy of Scripture. Now this is one where it gets a little dicey. Now I do rely on Scripture because it has been proven accurate historically and to an extent scientifically. Now it's not intended to be a science book. But a lot of stuff hangs on. I mean, in Job, the author includes God's words to Job about suspending the earth in nothing, on nothing. It's not held on anything. You had the ancient Greeks who believed that Atlas carried the earth around. You had some Hindu beliefs that the earth was on back of a couple of elephants. You had England believing it was flat. But God talks about it being a globe suspended over nothing. He holds it in place. Not on the back of anything. I have searched many resources. It's very accurate with a lot of history. You might run into some people who will claim that, no, this didn't happen quite this way, or this didn't happen this way. Some of the stuff did happen exactly that way. Some of that, there might be a different letter or a different word. Science and history are changing every day. They really are. They're somewhat fluid. I mean, there are some basic principles of science like gravity and I mean stuff like that is pretty solid. It's going to stick around. But a lot of it shifts and a lot of it's fluid, especially history. We just haven't found everything yet. But more evidence has been found to support Scripture, especially the Old Testament and the New Testament. I mean, real people, real events, real battles, real places that fit. More of it fits than doesn't. And what doesn't fit, most of it's just because we haven't found it yet.